Hello my friends, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Factorio. This is probably the final video. In the last video we were busy researching the rocket silo. So what I've done, this assembly machine was building the nuclear reactors earlier, but we've done with them. So I've repurposed it now to build the rocket silo. And if we look at the materials it needs 1,000 steel plates, 200 blue processing units, 200 electric engine units, 100 pipes and 1,000 pieces of concrete. So that would be rather a lot for me to store in these, because, well, if you see the steel, for example, every 100 is a slot, so that, you know, they'd soon rack up in here. Same with concrete, as you see here. So I thought, well, we'll hand off the duty of building this thing to the assembly machine, and what we're waiting for is an accumulation of electric engine units, and that has to get to 200 before it will start building. So in the meantime, I also have constructed the Spidertron, and been busy up here, and let's just find out, just preparing some weaponry for it, some ammunition, which is in the form of these explosive rockets. So that's good. We've accumulated 200. We could probably relax the restriction on the box here and allow more in. Pick up a new one. This was the Spidertron construction. So yeah, see, I'm hovering over that and it's not there, is it? Anyway, so we'll place him down. You see he's a big guy. There's my character. Plonk him there, and he has his own trunk, equivalent to a character inventory. He's got a logistics grid, so we can plonk stuff in there. Let's do that. We'll give him a fusion reactor to generate energy. Give him a battery, get that going. Give him a few laser beams, portable lasers. And in a moment, yeah, we will. Now, sorry, let me just backtrack. You can get inside the Spidertron, like a train, like a car. Stand near it, press enter, and now I can control him. And the Spidertron is great for navigating because you can walk over anything really, cliffs, buildings, train tracks, without fear of getting run over. So as you see, I can even walk in among all these. A bit of clipping on the graphics, but that's beside the point. So if you didn't notice, over here we've got these explosive rockets going into a passive provider chest, which means it's part of the logistic network. So if I click on Spidertron and go to his logistics, I can request the robots to bring. I could just pick them up, but get the robots to bring them to me. These are explosive rockets, and we'll say yes, we want 200 please. So there are 200 on the way to me, and we see, well, 200 actually occupies one slot, so let's just apportion them a bit. If I can. I'm fighting against the robots here, of course. No, yep. Needs 800 really, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's going to put up to 200 in each slot, and the better the spread is. He's got 4 rocket launchers, the more effective he is in combat. This property here is auto-targeting, so if I send him off, or indeed drive him near an enemy base or enemies, he'll start firing. Should fire his lasers at close proximity, but his rockets are a fairly long distance, and I'd rather the Spidertron take care of all the targeting whether I'm on board or not. So I'm going to say auto-targeting without me inside, without the gunner in there, and with our driver, you know, and the gunner, the driver, can change his colour. Something like so. And let's just look on the map. Where's the nearest enemy base? Oh, here's one. So let's go and see how effective he is, eh? The other thing I have is I've got a remote control for the guy, or at least I could have one built, and that means I can, on the map, just click on a point on the map and the Spidertron will go there. But we can just look on the mini-map up here just to help navigate here. So he's with ease walking through the trees, and I'll zoom in a bit. Now here's the enemy base. Sometimes good to get on a diagonal, you see a greater view. So there we have got the worms. So they'll fire back, but this guy should be able to take care of himself. So as I get in range, there's his rockets. And his lasers, if he was going to fire them, didn't even have chance. So yeah, it's good to rampage around the map with Spidertron. You can build more than one, send them out in parties, but they can take on a decent sized base all on their own. There he goes. And this base over here is a bit more substantial, hidden among the trees. One thing I've not given him yet is a defensive shield. There's some copper ore, quite a large field of it there. But you see the map revealing as he gets in. He's got a certain radar range, a bit like the character. Well, I'm on board, so it could be my effect there. I'm pretty sure the Spidertron does reveal the map as it goes anyway. But great for exploring. He can stretch across if he's navigating the edge of the land around water. He can try and stretch across there like so. Unfortunately, if you're on remote control and say you're on the map here and you've sent him off into the distance, and let's say he was over here at this base and you wanted him to come back here, if you pointed over here, he's not very good at navigating around the landscape. To get back, he'd probably try and go to a degree, but he might get stuck. So sometimes you have to go and take control and just help navigate him back to where you need him. But mainly he can navigate over everything on land as far as I know, without being impeded by anything. So you can't build anything. So the character on board you can build. Of course it's risky being on board if you're going out into combat, but like I say, Spidertron's deadly. If you take a pair of them, they can pretty much take on anything. Any of the enemy biter nests, that is. Yeah, but we can freely stand on the train track. Remember, as a character you can get run over. I think in a recent patch the Spidertron would stand on the track, but I think they've tweaked it now, try and make him avoid with his legs the track. You see there? Just for a bit of realism. But he makes this cute little bubbly noise as he goes. Zoom out a little bit. Here's our factory working. Let's go and check on our rocket silo, shall we? There's them all. I think, like the character, you can put in his logistics grid along with the batteries and things. I think you can put an exoskeleton. And remember, with the character, if you give the character an exoskeleton, one or more, they improve his speed of walking. I don't think that, although you can put it in his grid, I don't think that has any effect on the Spidertron. There's the remote control. But here is... Right, let's check. He's waiting for engine units. Now the engine units are a bit precious. They're being produced here. Slowly but surely. Just got the one legacy assembly machine on the job. And he'll put them into this red passive chest, and the robots will come and pick them up, take them, as you see. Follow this one down into this requester chest, which is requesting up to 50. And then the grabber there, the inserter, will put them in here. So he's just shy. He's got about almost 16 to go. We can watch. But resources have been under strain due to the research that was going on, largely in the construction of this guy. And now of course the rocket silo itself. And remember, in the last video the focus was to prepare for the rocket's needs, which is rocket fuel and rocket control units. So we've had these machines. I've added 2 more of these, by the way, since the last video. And what I noticed is the boxes were getting full because different items occupy, in this case, only 10 items will fit in each slot. Some items like pipes will be 100 in a slot, so it's variable how many you can fit in a chest. So I've just got this cascade effect of this puts it in here, this grabs them, puts them in there, and so on and so on. So I've got 480, 308 of those, and in terms of rocket fuel I've done a similar cascade just to stack them up. 480, 480, 480. I think it's going to be plenty, at least for the one rocket we're aiming for. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think he's built... Has he built one? He's building, isn't he? There you go, 99% done. So, where's he put it? Come on, don't do this to me. Where have you put it? Should be in there. Or is it here? Do I just have to pick it up? Alright, I'll grab it. There we go. Right, so we find a clearing. It's quite a sizable thing. Let's see. Grab that so you get an idea. There we go. Seems appropriate to put it in our mist. Naturally where you'd have a rocket site, yeah? But we put all this effort into this factory. In order to get this thing, we might as well honour that effort and put it nearby. We'll just put it here. Right, so it needs power. Let's get one of our substations if I have one. Right, so let's just check his needs, and I've forgotten one, haven't I? The low density structure, how many do you need? Right, yeah, so it's an incremental process, I think, so he's going to need per rocket part, and this is a percentage game. You can have modules, but you've got rocket progress. Cargo, auto launch with cargo. Cargo would be the satellite that I mentioned in the previous video. You can launch up there with, and satellites allow you, if it was researched, get that going. Don't really need it. This white space science pack, and the white, you see it on this item, needs white science, and these advanced artillery shell range. So there's not, well, you see here actually better on the technology tree. It's stuff we don't really need. to win the game. The aim in the mode, at least free play mode, the core game mode, is to launch a rocket into space. So okay, so we've got that. Let's have a chest. A requester chest. And we'll put it next to the silo here, and we'll have a stack inserter to rotate it around the right way. The arrow points in there from the box, and on the requester chest we want to say I want well, he wants 10 per item, so I want 20 at a time, and we've got 700-800 almost in logistics. Robots are going to bring them, and we want rocket fuel. He wants 10 of them per unit, I think. And lastly, the one I forgot was low density frames. How many of those did he need? Let's just check. 10 of those. I do have some, you know, in storage. There's 400 in there. That could be enough. Let's check his. So he's waiting on the rocket fuel, but there we go, there's an element, and this goes towards the percentage. Should we give him some speed? Speed modules, I had 3. Yeah, we've got the robots actually coming a fair way. Well, they're going from there, aren't they? Here for the rocket fuel. So they're recharging on the way. So what we could do perhaps is increment this so that it's got a bigger, you know, buffer. These things will give them 100. Yeah, oh, we've got 12,000 in logistics, so yeah, confident we should have enough. Here we go, look. Yeah, we don't want too many of a thing, do we? See how we're doing, 15%. Should we see if we've got a spare speed module we can give him? Speed module 2 would be nice, wouldn't it? Can I have one? Yes, thank you very much. Let's go over there. Follow the activity. There we go, now we're cooking. And you hear that intense hum. The rocket's quite an impressive booster laden beast of a thing, and it will take off from the centre here. Right up there. So we'll give it some space so we can see as it goes. Shall we stay in the row? Spidertron, let's get out. At least witness our handiwork. It's quite a detailed model, this. I like in that. How are we doing? 46%. So I think I'll pause the video there, and I'll just return as it's about to happen, guys, right? Back in a minute. And we're back. So let's just check on the progress. We're up to 97%. And we're just waiting for 3 more rounds, and it's these rocket control units have been the shortage, so we'll soon be there. So we've got our Spidertron and character here ready to witness this epic launch when it finally happens. I think because we've unticked, or not ticked this rather, we'll press launch ourselves. But I really hope you've enjoyed this series of videos. This is the 15th in the series and final one for this round. If you've missed any of the earlier ones, you may want to go look on my channel. There is a playlist for this series called Factorio Casual Build. So you can check out the very beginnings of this, where none of this factory existed. We start with nothing. Show you on the map, all this is what we built over the course of these 15 videos. So recommend you go and check those out. And that siren tells me here comes the rocket. Let's see. So we shall launch it. The inventory would be, if we put a satellite there, we're just going to launch without. Here we go. Up, up and away. And there we are, guys. We had the tools, or we made the tools, and we had the talent to get to this point. So there's the summary. Over 15 videos. My playtime was a bit longer than the video edits, so 37 hours. Kills, trees, unfortunately. Anyway, you got a breakdown there. Character, because a train ran over me at one point. You can continue, carry on endlessly playing this. The map is endless, but it's a case of just goalless roaming around, destroying Byte. So yeah, we are going to finish there. I want to thank you so much for staying with me, if you did, for these videos. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit that bell to be notified when I post new content. Check out my channel and the playlist for other types of games that I've already posted. And I hope to see you join me on the next content, whatever that may be. See you soon.